One day this guy comes up to me and he says, "Hey, you're pretty good." He was obviously older, he was like a senior, and I was a freshman or sophomore in high school. He said, "You ever heard any bebop drummers?" And I said, "What's bebop?" You know, I mean, I didn't know yet what this was about. And so he said, "Well, I'll show you. I'll take you to a place and you can hear something." We made an arrangement this particular Saturday night to go to hear a band. He had a car too, which is an unusual thing, especially in those days. A student with his own car. And he knew how to dress nicely and all this and that. He had, obviously the family had money, and we didn't. He said, "Here's what I want you to do." And he takes me home and he shows me, he got some of his own clothes, really cool clothes with a one button roll. I don't know if you know the double-breasted one button roll. Windsor collar like this, and Windsor knot, like a widespread collar with Windsor knot.
Fancy.
And so I went in my father's closet and I said, "Could I have something?" And he showed me a jacket that he could discard, and it was too big for me, which is perfect. It looks like a zoot suit.
Yeah, zoot suit.
and Don showed me that you can turn your collar up underneath like this and tape it underneath like that, and you have a Windsor collar. You have a widespread collar. So I had my mother iron these things with underneath the taped to get it just right, and I got myself a striped tie. That was the cool thing in those days. Yeah. And I learned how to tie the Windsor knot. And Don told me. He said, "But now," he said, "but you have to learn the walk. Oh. You have to walk kind of like this."
That's the suit walk.
And if anybody says anything to you, you say, "It's cool."
Oh.
It's too cool to do anything else. If somebody says, "What's happening?" you say, "Nothing happened, man." So I practice these things at home with my zoot suit.
Obviously not enough.
Oh, come on. Looks pretty cool to me. And I completed the picture with shades, you know, like this.
Did you?
Good.
So Saturday night we went down to the place called the Pershing Ballroom. I don't know if you know Chicago.
Pershing Ballroom, yeah.
Oh, Jamal.
I didn't know how famous it was at the time.
Or is that the Pershing?
Oh, no, it's in the Pershing.
Yeah, okay.
And
Live at the Pershing, that's the record.
Yeah.
Right.
And we walked in there, and there's this big bouncer like this. That he looks at me as I go by, and I just kind of walk cool, you know, and don't look at anybody, as if I've been here 100 times, and with the glasses and so forth and the suit, I looked a little older, I guess. And I walk in, and it's a wonderful. It's like the Cotton Club in New York, what I later saw movies of. Yeah. And people are dancing and wonderful jitterbugging, you know, fantastic jitterbugging. I wangle my way over to the bandstand, which is about this high, and I'm sitting right next to the musicians. And I thought, I've never heard music like this. And the drummer, instead of being like this, he's like he's reading a book in a library, you know. Like he's got the horn-rimmed glasses on, and he's studying his cymbals, studying his drums like this, completely relaxed from them like this, and the sounds were melodic. Mm-hmm. Instead of going dee 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 like this, he go, but the trumpet player would go ba-doom ba-da ba-da, and he go ba-deem da-da ba-boom. I said, "Geez, he's playing melodically." So Don said, "That's Al Haig on the piano, Ray Brown on the bass. This is Kenny Dorham on the trumpet, and that's Max Roach on the drums, and that's Charlie Parker."
Wow.
And
That's a pretty good band.
not a bad band from my introduction to bebop, huh?
Yeah.
You were there with Charlie Parker.
And I was as close as to Bruce, and he had a light brown suit on, and kind of tan, and in the right pocket he had his valve oil, and it was leaking. And I have a vivid memory of the leak in that pocket. But he didn't care.
Yeah.